Hello, we are here, Women in Fire. To my right, I have the President, Chief Tony Washington. To my left, I have our Vice President, Rachel Stabell. This pod and myself, Kalila Yancey, who I'm the Secretary Treasurer. This podcast is brought to you by Firehouse Subs and the Firehouse Subs Public Safety Foundation. Enjoy more subs, save more lives. Find out more about the restaurant and ownership at www.firehousesubfranchising.com.
Yes, so we're here at FDIC. What a wonderful experience. This was one of our largest attended conferences over the last 7 years. We had 200 attendees. We have been getting so much great feedback about the educational experience, just the overall general experience that our membership has been having. In addition, the Clarion staff has been awesome. FDIC leadership has been awesome. I think this is just giving us a very good, warm feeling about FDIC. I think for me, the best feeling yet. Through all of my experience.
It's been a good
year. Yeah. So
it was a good year to be here, been instructing a class. I taught diversity and leadership. I got positive feedback from everyone that attended. I thought it was just an awesome time.
Yeah. It's been really fun. I mean, every year we come out and it's nice. So far, this is the best one yet, I think. I mean, just such a good feel, and we're seeing more and more women coming out, and what a great, just having just that fire service bonding like we do. It's been great.
yes. So we're so excited about next year and the next year and the next year. We hope that it's going to get better and better and better. And Women in Fire, we're just involved in so much. You know, our hands are really full. Most of us do this volunteer, our services and our time. And now, I mean, it's almost turning into a full-time gig.
Ooh, it feels like it.
Yes.
A free full-time gig, that is. So we will be attending CFSI this year at April 28th. We are part of the NAC. We joined the NAC last year. So it's just been a wonderful experience for us at Women in Fire. We will have a table. We will visit Congress. We have various meetings set out with congressional leaders this year. So Women in Fire is definitely on the move. So Rachel, how about the thing that you attended in New York? What was that like?
Well, Khalil and I had an opportunity, kind of a last minute gig. We work very well with our fire administrator, with Dr. Lori, and the Australian group, Coalition for Change, had already been in New York City meeting with the UN about gender equity in the fire service, and they wanted to meet with her as well. And like everything collaborative-wise, we were invited to have a seat at that table, and kind of a last-minute invite. And of course, we made it there, and we represented well, and it was a great conversation. We had so much representation. Metro Chiefs was there, IFF was there. IAFC was, I mean, so many organizations were there, and we, of course, were there as well to speak on, you know, obviously the work that we're doing, all of the things we have going on, but to advocate and to make sure that we continue our mission for making the fire service a better place, not only for our members, but for everybody. So that was a really neat opportunity. We got to meet the commissioner for FDNY. That was fantastic for us, and that was a really good trip.
I think that whole meeting just tied into overall the mission, vision, and values of Women in Fire, and helped us be able to have that seat at the table and express the different things that we collaboratively work on all the time, whether it was from ill-fitting gear for women or things like that. And I think Rachel and myself just being able to be there and give that input was amazing for our group and organization, and hopefully help push the fire service forward as a whole.
Again, talking about a seat at the table, and you're going somewhere fun, right?
I am. I actually get to leave the country in May. Women in Fire was invited to speak at the Chief Fire Officers Association in Ireland. So I'll be heading out there and speaking on, you know, what's going on over here, what our group's doing, what we're doing to impact change, and just overall tell them how busy we are and spread the good word about us. And so I'm excited for that. I'm looking forward to working closely with our friends overseas. And I mean, it's just the invitations keep coming, and we show up 9 times out of 10, probably 10 out of 10, because it's just, we're so passionate about it. And I think anything we can do to let people know who we are and the phenomenal work we're trying to do. And I'm really excited about that. I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah. And Women in Fire was also invited to a newly formed group.
Oh, yeah. You
by
got the
our
invite to
U.S.
that.
Fire Administrator, who has been just awesome working for the betterment of the fire service. So I am going to World Fire Congress.
Yes.
It's a newly formed group that will probably meet, I think, every 2 years. But I got a special invitation, so I am going to the White
Yeah.
House. Right,
That'll
yeah.
be fun.
And
Yeah.
Dr. Lori has done so many amazing things
Yes.
to push our group forward. It's unprecedented things. Like we had the U.S. Fire Administrators Summit on prevention. We've attended the last 2 years where she's had a host of groups come out of that, where recruitment and retention, impact on climate control, of course, the big one for us all, firefighter cancer, EV and energy transition, codes and standards. And with these, we are also invited to have a seat at the table, to be in the work groups that are formed out of it. And then with CFSI, we'll come and report out on our report, so that she can take back for the summit next year. And these things are just helping push the fire
Yes.
service forward. I have not seen anyone like Dr. Lori work so hard for all of our
Right.
members, and making sure that she includes our organization in each and every step of the way. We can't thank her enough.
Yes.
And we also want to talk about a lot of the other people that bring us in, like the Fire Cancer Alliance, NFR, National Firefighter Registry. We're partnered with them. They'll be here this week. You'll get to see them on the stage Thursday. So I think it's a great thing. And I just think that all of these opportunities that we're having to be able to display the great work that we can do and help people just look through an equitable lens about everything within the fire service. When we're included, we give a different thought. And so we're so happy for that. And we think Dr. Lori helps push the way with that.
Yeah.
And it's nice to be part of the conversation, to have a voice in the conversation versus, because nobody knows women's issues in the fire service better than women.
That's right.
And
That's
so
right.
it's just been a great, I mean, we just continue to snowball and, you know, to have us at the table for the conversations, what an impact that is. And you know, the world recognizes that and we're up to the challenge. So.
Yeah. And how, this is our second year. We have a weekend at NFA.
Yes, that's
Second
fun.
year. Yeah.
Yes. So we'll have our, we're going to call it annual now.
Yes.
Our annual weekend at the National Fire Academy in Emmitsburg, Maryland. This year will be held on June 15th and 16th. And that Friday night when you all arrive, we'll have a special treat. We'll have a panel where you can hear about more of our initiatives that we do with as women in fire. And you'll also hear from Dr. Lori, the U.S. Fire Administrator, where she can tell you about all the initiatives she's doing to push the fire service forward. So if you have not signed up, you definitely don't want to miss that. We have some great classes. You get a certificate for attending the 2-day classes, just if you were there for 6. So I think that's a great thing. Come network and fellowship with us. And yes, it's a women's weekend, but if you're a guy that advocates and believes in what we believe in and pushing the initiative forward, we welcome you to
Absolutely.
join as well.
Well,
Yes.
those classes are great. We
Yes.
just read through the list this morning, and
Yes.
I could not believe the stellar
We have
classes.
3 on leadership.
I don't know how
We
many
have juvenile fire setters. We have arson classes, 2 arson classes. We also have an EMS class because we never want to forget about EMS. That's one of the things that pushes the fire department going. 90% of the calls for most departments are EMS related. So we made sure that we encompass that into our curriculum this year.
Yep. That's good. That's
Yeah.
good stuff out there.
Yeah, and then another thing we want to say as we talk about the NFA weekend and how it is an inclusive event, you know, we want people to know that our membership, we are, although it's women in fire, our membership, we welcome everyone. We have some very good male allies, as we like to call them, that support us, that are very, very involved in what we do daily in Women in Fire. So we're called Women in Fire, but it's not just women, it's for everyone.
And that even if our classes at this conference, I mean, we had
Yeah.
quite a few men sit in,
Yes.
and the stuff we're teaching and training on is for everybody. We're
Yeah.
all about the fire service as a whole and making it a better place. And obviously our lens is women based, but yeah, and it's so great to look out in that audience and see our allies out there.
Yes.
Just
We
like
love
the class that I taught, diversity and
Yes.
leadership, it was taught in with my co-facilitator was a man, Captain Gary Menard from Decatur Fire that works with Chief Tony Washington. He's amazing. He's a
Yes.
great advocate for us. We love to have him aboard. And I think that everybody that took the class learned something. And even I had someone come up to me and said they came to sit in the class because it's a Women in Fire conference, and they were wondering why a guy was there. And they said after the class, they was like, we really liked him. I think you two, played well off of each other while you were teaching. And that just goes to show we are an open group for anybody.
I welcome that. If
Yes.
somebody has a question or they're not sure, show up.
Yep.
Just show up and see what we're about and,
Yeah.
and sit in our classrooms. And I think you'll find pretty quickly that we're happy with we're all about it. Let's move together
Yeah.
forward.
Some of our best ideas come from our advocates, our allies.
Yes.
You know, it's about us making things better.
Yep.
You know,
We understand
And-
diversity better than
yeah,
anybody. and we get
exactly.
it.
So we want to make sure that those around us and work with us and support us understand the challenges that we have, and that we all work together to make the fire service a better place.
Yep.
So
That's why it was cool to see Eric running around in his shirt today.
yes,
Eric
yes.
Clarion running around in his Women in Fire shirt.
Represent
I love
the
it.
brand. Yep.
Doesn't matter what you just put it on. We love it.
And I think that's one of the unique things that we bring as a group, as a whole. We want everybody to look through an equitable lens. And when we say that, we're not just looking at gender or race. We're looking at just inclusiveness overall for everyone. Because if you all have a seat at the table and be able to bring those thoughts together, you'll get better product. You know, it's not group thinking. When it's just all this, everybody thinks the same, you're not getting anywhere. So I think this group helps bring things forward. And I think that's why people are and they invite us more to the table, to these groups, because we give a different perspective.
And we make, I mean, honestly, just we're doing our best to make the job better. And who doesn't want that? We love our jobs. We absolutely love firefighting. And if we can make it better for us and for everybody, I mean, that's our goal.
Yeah. And every year we're here at FDIC for a one-day leadership conference, but every 2 years we have our big conference, and our big conference is really focused. I mean, we have 4 to 5 days of just education, awesome educational experience, some hands-on training. And this year we will be in San Diego at the Marriott in the Gas Lamp District.
Yes.
And it's just so much around that for just people to enjoy.
Yeah.
So we encourage people to bring their families. It's just something for everyone to do. Our conference will be September the 11th through the 14th. You can find more information about registration on our website.
And just know, you definitely want to book because it's selling out fast. We already have over 100 people registered. So I definitely think we're going to take over that whole hotel.
Yes.
So you will want to join us for an awesome time, an awesome learning experience, and to get to see these great ladies. So it's something you'll definitely
I think we're excited
And
about
how
it.
about
We're
that
really excited.
hands-on training, Rachel?
Yes.
What about that?
Well, so here we're very excited to be, this is the first year that they've come out and kind of revamped some hands-on here at FDIC. So the Lucas Oil Experience is, Chief David Rhodes has got some crafty ideas, I'll say that, and trying to get more cool things and more cool tech in the hands of the people out there actually, doing the work. And one of those ideas was obviously to mix up a little bit of hands-on training. And so over at Lucas Oil Stadium during this week going forward, not just hands-on leaving off site, but a lot of the vendors and a lot of the people coming in have a lot of really cool tech, and they want to find a way to help people to show it off, but show the end users you can train without being in real fire, but still train well. You can go home not, dirty with a bunch of stuff we had to clean off you. But there's really cool technology out there right now. And I'm sure over the course of the podcast the next few days, they'll get more and more into that. But we were invited to be part of that. And so myself and another trustee are going to be out there on Thursday from 2 to 4 teaching inside one of the burn connexes, teaching a hose management class. Very basic, very fun. We're going to utilize some of those burn screens, the digital flame and some obviously non-IDLH smoke. And it sounds like, from what I'm hearing the feedback, that those things are pretty lifelike, and I'm excited. It's just one more way to get our firefighters some time and experience with their job without putting them in terrible harm's way, which I think we can all agree is what we need more of. And it's just one more way an attendee can show up and enjoy everything FDIC has to offer. I know our members were excited about it. We talked about it at the conference.
And I think it also gives a good way for the vendors to get feedback.
Absolutely.
Right? No better way to test it than
Right?
here before they start sending it out
Yeah.
into the field.
And
So-
no better demographic to get through than not just our male firefighters, but also our female firefighters, right?
Exactly.
Like, just like us, everyone loves that diversity of thought and that feedback. And so we were stoked when we got that opportunity, when Chief Rhodes reached out and said, hey, do you guys we'd like to see you come participate. And we're like, heck yeah, we'll do that with you. And so I'm excited to see what this year holds for it. And then if it builds into more next year, we're excited about that. And like I said, just anything we can keep doing, not only for our membership, but just obviously to get out there and show we're here and we're teaching. And I want anyone coming to FDIC to feel like they can pick up a tool or a piece of equipment and just go learn. And I think this provides that for people that didn't necessarily want to come for the major hands-on training. So
Right,
I'm excited. I'm excited to see how
Right.
that goes and see the feedback.
Yes, the fire service has definitely evolved. There's so much new technology.
Yeah.
And I think at the Lucas Oil event this week,
Mhm.
you will see a lot of that.
Mhm.
But we are not forgetting about the things that we do need to have that experience, which technology cannot bring us.
Mhm.
And you will see more of that experience, that hands-on training at our conference in San Francisco. And I know
San Diego.
San Diego.
I know, we're so
And
excited we
I-
forget
yes,
sometimes.
and I know this is your baby.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
hands-on training is your baby, Rachel.
I'm
So-
real excited about that for our conference in San Diego. San Diego is a unique spot because
Yes.
their training ground is an old military barracks, and so it's unlike anything I've ever seen. I think I can probably say the same for
Yes.
you all. But it presents us an unbelievable opportunity because they have so much lifelike ability to do things like VEIS and rope rescue and roof vent, things that we normally would have to build props for without
Yes.
something like that. So, and San Diego's been their fire department's been an incredible partner for us. Their local's been fantastic. And so that hands-on training there, we are able to spread out. I mean, we can do everything on site right there with them. We're gonna have nozzle forward there. We have so much to do, and the cool thing, we talk about this all the time. The cool thing is we can provide a hands-on training environment that is unlike anything else in the world because we're able to bring in 99% women to swing
Right.
tools together.
Yes.
Our gals, as most of our members know, every day at work, you're only one or two of a lot, and you're usually the minority. But that environment we can provide even for just 2 days for hands-on is just such a cool feeling, and it's just nice to see they just naturally, don't they? They just naturally like, hey,
Yes.
sis, let me show you how to do this, and let me help you with this. This is how I do it, or hey, you look like me, and you do that like this, and
The
there's just
techniques.
there's just
The
something
technique.
cool about
Most of
it.
the time for women
Yeah.
is the technique, right?
Yep.
And you can learn different techniques. Like I learn a lot from you each time.
Yep.
You teach me, I teach
I
you.
learn a
and-
ton from you, yeah,
yeah.
for sure. And that's one of my favorite things. It's just not only that bonding, but that aha moment we all had when we realized that there's others out there like us, and
Exactly.
we can
Yes.
do great things together, even if it's only for a few days. But yeah, I can't wipe the smile off my face about when I talk about that experience is. Just if I give that to everyone, I would. But it's just nice to give it to the smallest population of an amazing fire service, and then send them back to their departments better, happier, more trained. I mean, it's win for everybody. And you as a chief know that your people come back from conferences
Yes.
and they're recharged, they're excited.
Exactly.
you know?
Exactly. Ready to go.
Yeah. So it's going to be great. I think
Yeah.
that's the one difference between us and FDIC, but I think it's a really cool niche venue for us, and we really enjoy that. And again, sometimes we do get men that want to sign up for hands-on, and we love it because it's nice to kind of reverse the script a little bit and show them what it looks like to be, one or two dudes with women, because it's just as good. It's just as friendly. People are just as supportive. And I'll talk about it for 2 hours if I could.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. And we have really, with Women in Fire, we have so many initiatives. I mean,
Yes.
so many initiatives.
Some of those initiatives are a lot of the grant work that we do with NDRI. Those are some amazing researchers there.
Yes.
And if you go to our website, which we just launched a new website on April the 1st, you can see many of the initiatives we have. We have grant work done with fire camps, reproductive health, cancer, mentoring. We're kicking off a new mentoring program where we're actually having classes in conjunction while we're here. We'll have a group of people learning about our mentoring platform, and it's with Push Far. So just check us out on our website and click on those. You can get to any of those initiatives and see more about it. But we're excited about the partnership that we have with NDRI and the great work that we do with them.
Because without the scientists, it's hard. Like the big thing in fire service right is data, right? If you don't have the numbers, council's not listening to you. People aren't listening to you. You got to have numbers.
Right.
And that's our partners at NDRI are the science
Numbers
behind,
don't lie.
right?
So,
but that's the science behind what we know to be true, but we can't prove it without the data and the numbers. And that's where that research and that grant work is so vital to what we're doing. And
And the partnership that we have with them is just producing great work, and it continues, and we're excited about it.
we are. And it's nice because prior to really our organization, it was really hard to get women together to do the data,
Right.
because we were so scattered, and there were very few of us. And that's one of the things that not only them, but we provide as well to not just membership, but the fire service as a whole is the ability to get women together for this data and for this research and all those things, because as we learn, there's strength in numbers. And when there's enough of us, there's enough reason for change and for things to move the needle forward. So it's been a really good partnership.
Yep. And this, we have different meetings. We have what we call stakeholder meetings with different projects and just, the amazing work that comes out of our stakeholders meetings. It's just mind blowing, really,
Well,
mind blowing.
That's how United in Service was formed.
Yep.
That's one of our things, that grant work that we do in conjunction with NDRI as well, where we have a lot of diversity classes, DEI classes, and we offer them to departments for free. You can go to our website, you can go to Science Alliance website, and you can click and sign your departments up. We'll come out and teach those classes for free. I think that was an amazing partner and networking.
Yes.
Because what do?
collaboration
We want people to know we constantly are saying we need diversity, but we also took it upon ourselves to say, we're going to come teach it to you if you need it. If you don't know how to get it, we'll help you.
Yes.
We'll help you.
And the things that we like as chiefs is free, free. No money. You get this training for free.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, because it matters. Yep.
Yeah.
And it was the brainchild of Chief Jonah Olson. Many of you may know who she is. And we're so thankful for her for giving us the opportunity to help build these cases and classes to go out and teach about.
You know what's interesting is I think too, we didn't even start with it, but so many people are like, well, who is Women in Fire?
Right.
And I think the big answer to that I would say, because we just start talking because we know what we do it all day. I think the big answer to that is we're a group of women that are passionate and committed to changing the fire service for the better with a women-focused lens. But we are out there working our tails off for our members, for our female firefighters out there and our male counterparts, so that we never have to deal with some of the things that we hear are issues around the country. And we were a bunch of women who are committed to just, instead of just going rah, 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 going, how do we fix that?
Yeah.
How do we spend our time and our
Having that
talent?
seat at the table to make the fire service
So
better.
that 40 years from now, we are not having the same conversation about the same things. We can go,
So
remember
you
when we
say
fixed that?
40 years. Let's think back. How have we evolved?
So much.
Just let's think back.
I know it.
Our organization, we were formed
1980.
Formally or informally, honestly. Yeah.
Well, so we went through a series of name changes.
Sure.
Over the last, I've been in the fire service for 30 years. And over the last 30 years, we went through a series of name changes. And so I just look back to where we were and where we are. And I remember, I like to say, I remember when. So let's do it. I remember when. I remember when we had to beg for a seat at the table. That nobody really cared what we thought. And we were knocking on doors trying to get a seat at the table. And now, man, like I said, this has turned into a full-time unpaid job.
And we're very thankful. I think about, you're right. We used to have to beg people to say, host our conferences. And back then it was just a way to get together and share camaraderie. And now I think about just the hard work we're doing and the boots on the ground. And
now for our standalone conferences, we have to put out and have people send in RFPs because so many people want us to come to their departments and host conferences.
We're developing our grant division. You look at the stuff we're involved in, each one of us on several committees at a time and reaching out. We have to fan out and travel to go to places to make sure we meet. And that, honestly, I think that's a credit to the fire service as a whole for finally, we can say coming around, evolving, whatever we want to call it, but it's a testament to the fact that I think the fire service recognizes we're better together. And moving forward, it takes a whole team, and that team is going to constantly evolve. And, I don't feel like we do have a long way to go in some areas for sure, but I don't feel like that recognition of evolution isn't there anymore. And I'm very pleased about that because I think it means that not only are the right people starting to take on leadership, and don't get me wrong, there's still some bad eggs out there, but I do think that there's some really good leadership in key areas. And good leaders, they just want the best people. Right.
And I know that comment was for me. I know. I'm the person that likes things to go very, very quick. I understand. Yes. We are getting there. We haven't arrived yet, but we are getting there.
We are getting there.
Yes.
We are doing so well.
Yeah.
I love it. It's nice to be busy. It's nice to be wanted. And
it is. It is. So
I'm very, very proud of us and how we've gone. 4 years ago, I would say, honestly, just sitting here in a conversation. Just
think about it. We rebranded in 2017. And since then, I think Women in Fire is definitely a name that's spoken in many places.
Yes.
You know?
But
Yes.
our mission to be true to our members and literally none of this work matters if it doesn't affect that female firefighter in that back seat when she gets pregnant or
Yes.
she has an harassment claim or, you know, she needs some training, she needs some mentoring, you know, that I think that's the cool thing about it is as much as we've evolved, we've never lost sight of our mission and what we hold to be true.
Right.
And the byproduct of everything we're doing is that it makes the fire service better. And a lot of those naysayers will say, well, you're only focusing on women. Yeah, you're right. Even though we love our male allies, but guess what? When her reproductive standards go up, yours will go up too. We're finding good research for the men.
Yes.
When the uniforms fit better, they fit everybody better.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Custom fit means everybody.
Yeah.
You know, and I love it. I love that. I don't once object to any of that. I think it's great. Anything we can do as a byproduct of making sure our women are good, if it makes the fire service better, man, what a great.
Yeah.
I think that's our
So
overall
great.
goal.
Yeah.
It's just for the betterment of the fire service.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know?
So again, if you know anyone that's not familiar with Women in Fire, we implore you to send them to our website because we want more members. We want more members, like Rachel and Kalila said. We're better in numbers, and that does not just mean all women, but men, women, and men.
Yes.
And I think that we're all working for the same goal: is to make this fire service better. So if you're interested in becoming a member of Women in Fire, please go to our website. We have several different memberships from department memberships to individual to we
Volunteers.
have volunteers. I mean, we have affiliates. I mean, we have different memberships. So please go to our website and share with family, share with friends, share with anybody that want to become involved in making the fire service a better place.
And if you're a chief officer out there and you want to know how you can be an ally and support your own local female firefighters, we have that department
Yes.
membership, and that's a great option. A lot of our best male allies have been chiefs of departments that say, I'm going to buy just a department membership, make sure my women know they're supported to go to your events and do your things, and we love those departmental memberships. I mean, it's win-win, and I think that's.
I think it's the more bang for your buck. Like
It really is.
My department has a membership, and my chief is a male, so
Yep.
he definitely supports every initiative that we have, and make sure that I get here to come.
Yeah.
You know,
And I
so.
think too, we'd be remiss not to remind the chief officers and anyone in standing in a department that we're a great resource.
Yes.
You know, we have on our website, we have a phenomenal resource page about everything from, you know, our reproductive health to, you know, we work closely with so many gear manufacturers and a lot of things. We're constantly adding things to that resource page. And we say that in person when we meet
Yeah.
with chiefs and other officers, and we say, don't forget, we're a resource. We're here for you. You don't reinvent the wheel. Ask us. Chances are pretty good. We know what you're going to ask us and we'll talk you through
We
it.
also have a lot of that literature and the resources here with us at FDIC. So just come visit our booth. We have a lot of swag this year,
Tons of swag.
along with good literature that you can learn things and take back to your department.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yep. Because we love the work and we love sharing it and we're making it easier to share.
Mhm. So we enjoy coming to FDIC and we just look forward to what's to come. The Lucas Oil hands-on training is new this year.
Yeah, I'm excited.
But
to see where that
we're
goes.
excited to see what does it grow into. Because, you know, if it's anything like our leadership conferences, which have been getting bigger and better every year, I wonder what that's going to look like next year.
I'm
you know?
excited. I love that FDIC is morphing and changing, and just like anything, it's just adapt and go with
Yes.
what's next. And
Yeah.
any organization that can do that, man, is friends of ours because we believe heavily in that too.
I'm excited that they included us into
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I
It's
think they
new.
knew we'd be stoked to participate too, but yeah, there's that too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. And and I'll be honest, I know we're talking about trying to get people in for membership, but please understand that we're also trying to grow our board because we're not going to do this forever. And if you think you are or know someone that's going to be a leader for tomorrow, if you're a chief officer, encourage your women to get involved with us because this is a great opportunity to get involved in a way that is positive. It's great. It allows us to be out there and mix it up with our fire service cohorts. But honestly, we need we need to continually look into that next generation because I'm not going to be 80 years old doing this. I don't want to be.
But we have a lot of work that we can farm out. We have so many
Yes.
things and projects that
Yes.
we're involved in
There is
that we're
something for
always
everybody.
looking for people. Like
Yeah.
we're 3 of the e-board. We have one more member of our e-board, but we also have a board of trustees.
Yep.
And then we have state reps.
Yes.
And some states don't have a representative. So if you're interested in working
Yes.
more closely with us and helping be an advocate and spread out some of these initiatives to your state, your department, we would love you to be
Yeah.
a part.
Yep. Yeah, that's I think what I'm most excited about for the future of the organization is just someday looking back and going, who's in charge of that now? Look at the
Yeah.
stuff they're doing. You imagine?
Yeah.
Could you imagine what the
know.
initial would look back and say, these girls are just tearing it up.
Yes,
The
yes.
work we're doing.
Yeah, I just think
So
back to
proud.
where we were and where we are.
Yeah.
And we've had some awesome leaders
Yes.
of Women in Fire
We
that
have.
have paved the road for us to be where we are today.
Yep.
And I hope that the next president, you take it even to the next level.
I hope so.
You know?
I think we
So-
just keep tweaking it and making it better. And it just is such I couldn't be more proud to be part of something to make the fire service a better place. So
Yeah.
it's just such a cool thing.
Yeah.
So
again, if you want more information on Women in Fire, please visit our website at womeninfire.org. We have a resource page. We have all about Women in Fire, anything that you can think of. And it's also all of our contact information is listed on the website. So we look forward to seeing you, not only here at FDIC, but at our 2024 conference in San Diego, September the 11th through the 14th, as well as other years here at FDIC.
And please don't forget about our free training. As Chief Tony Washington said, Chiefs love the word FREE. We offer free training to any departments. If you go to our website and click under the resource tab, you can find United in Service. And we have many classes on DEI and different perspectives on. Just let us know your input and we can try to figure out things to incorporate whatever you need. So just look us up and click that button and sign up for this training. We'll be happy to come out.
And I'll say in my closing remarks, besides thank you to FDIC and Clarion for having us, is to not only to our members, but to young female firefighters and old female firefighters out there, please don't forget that you have things in your head and you have voices, and we're always looking for you all to get in there and do some content. I mean, we talk all the time about all these publications and all this online, and there's so much stuff out there, but we don't have enough of a woman's voice in those things. And so I encourage all of you, either reach out to us, reach out to FDIC, but whatever you need to do, let's start getting more women's firefighting voices heard. You all have a lot to give and you all have a lot out there. And I know there's some cool stuff inside some of the heads out there. I mean, we've met some just amazing women, and I want to encourage all of you to participate. And sometimes participation means just you write an article, you do a blog, you do sit down and talk with your friends about how cool something is. So don't be afraid to get involved with that stuff. And please seek us out if you want to know more about that.
And always remember, Women in Fire, we work for you.
Always.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.